Hello learners and welcome to my channel. If you want to know how to identify the probabilities given the frequency distribution table or the probability distribution, this video will provide you with explanations that will surely increase your scores in your subject, statistics and probability in grade 11. Let's start. Probability distributions of discrete random variables. Example number 1. The results of a survey of high school learners of the number of siblings they have is shown on this table. 0, number of siblings, there are 5 of them. 1 sibling, there are 6 learners. 9 learners have 2 siblings. 2 learners have 3 siblings. And 1 learner has 4 siblings. And another 1 learner has 5 siblings. What is the probability of selecting a learner with 1 sibling? So before we answer this, we have to identify first the total number of high school learners surveyed. So we have to total or to add all the frequencies that we see here. So 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, that's a total of 24. This is the total number of learners. So there are 6 learners with 1 sibling. So the probability of selecting a learner that has 1 sibling is 6 out of 24. 6 out of 24. If we simplify this, divide both the numerator and denominator by 6, we will get 6 divided by 6 is 1. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So that is 1/4. So the probability of selecting a learner with 1 sibling is 1/4. Or in decimal, that is 0.25, and in percentage, that is 25%. Number 2. What is the probability of selecting a learner with 2 siblings? So 2 siblings, the frequency is 9. So the answer is 9 out of 24. 9 over 24, you can simplify this by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So the simplest form of 9 over 24 is 3/8. So the probability of selecting a learner with 2 siblings is 3/8. Another question. What is the probability of selecting a learner with no siblings? This means to say that the learner is an only child, or that is the probability that x is 0. As what we can see here on the table, that is 5. So we have 5 learners out of the 24. And that is already in simplest form, 5 over 24. Number 4. What is the probability of selecting a learner with 4 or more siblings? 4 or more. That means to say either 4 or 5. So there are 2 of them. That's 1 plus 1. We have here 1 with 4 siblings. Another one with 5 siblings. So there are 2 out of 24. Simplify that by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 2. You will get 1/12. So 1 over 12 is the probability. Let's have more items. Number 5. What is the probability of selecting a learner with at least 1 sibling? So at least 1 can be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So that is 6 plus 9 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. That is 19 out of 24. And that is already in simplest form. Number 6. What is the probability of selecting a learner with at least 2 siblings? At least 2 can be 2, 3, 4, or 5. So that's 9 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. That is 13 out of 24. What is the probability of selecting a learner with at most 2 siblings? At most 2, so x is less than or equal to 2. So it can be 0, 1, or 2. So that's 5 plus 6 plus 9, which is 20. So 20 out of 24, we can simplify that by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. So 5/6. Number 8, what is the probability of selecting a learner with at least 4 siblings? At least 4 is 4 or 5. So we have 1 plus 1, that is 2. So 2 out of 24, which can be simplified to 1/12. Number 9, what is the probability that x is less than 6? Less than 6, so we have to add all of these. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So add all of these. 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, that is 24. So 24 out of 24 is 1. Since we only have here number of siblings 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for sure the number of siblings is less than 6. So that is 1, meaning to say we are 100% sure that if we select a learner, then the probability that he or she has less than 6 siblings is 1 or 100%. The probability that x is greater than 5. Our maximum number of siblings here is 5. So the probability that the number of siblings is greater than 5 is 0. There's no chance that we will select a learner with more than 5 siblings. What is the probability that x is greater than 0 but less than 3? Greater than 0 but less than 3 should be 1 or 2. Because 1 is greater than 0, 2 is less than 1 and 2 are greater than 0 but less than 3, so we have to add 6 and 9. So 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 out of 24 can be simplified to 5/8 by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 3. How about the probability that x is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 3? So in this case, you have to include the 0 and the 3. So we have 0, 1, 2, or 3. We have to add all the frequencies here. So 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 2, that is 22 out of 24 or 11/12. So it's easy as that. You just need to look at the frequency distribution table given. But of course, you have to identify first the total number of learners surveyed here, the total of the frequencies, because that will be your denominator. Let us have another example. The table shows the probability distribution for the number of pets the learners in a school have. 0 pets, 0.15, 1 pet, 0.4, 2 pets, 0.35, and 3 pets, 0.1. So we have here, or in this case, we are given with the probabilities. So 0.15 plus 4 plus 0.35 plus 0.1, that will give you a total of 1. So this is a probability distribution. First question, what is the probability that a randomly selected learner has no pets? So you just look at 0. The corresponding probability is 0.15. And that is the answer. Number 2, what is the probability that a randomly selected learner has at least 2 pets? At least 2 can be 2 or 3. So we have to add these probabilities. So we have 0.35 plus 0.1, that is 0.45. Another, what is the probability that a randomly selected learner has at most 1 pet? At most 1 can be 0 or 1, so we have to add 0.15 and 0.4, that will give you 0.55. Remember that if you're adding decimals, you just align the decimal point and then perform the operation, the addition. What is the probability that x is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 3? So we have to add from 0 to 3. So we have to add all of these, so that is 1. 0.15 plus 0.4 plus 0.35 plus 0.1, that is 1.0 or simply 1. Number 5, what is the probability that x is greater than 0 but less than 3? Greater than 0 but less than 3, so we have 1 and 2. We add these two. So 0.4 plus 0.35, that is 0.75. Example number 3. The table below shows the probability distribution for the number of ball pens the grade 11 learners have. So, no ball pens, probability is 0.05, 1 ball pen, 0.35, 2 ball pens, it's unknown, and 3 ball pens, 0.1. What is the probability that a randomly selected learner has 2 ball pens? So, how do we solve this? Because this is unknown. So, we have to remember that for a probability distribution, all the values are non-negative, and the total of the probabilities should be equal to 1. So the total of 0.05, 0.35 this, and 0.1 should be 1. So we have to subtract the sum of 0.05, 0.35, and 0.1 from 1 to get this probability. So what is 0.5 plus 0.35? That's 0.4, plus 0.1, that's 0.5. So 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5. What is the probability that a randomly selected learner has more than 1 ball pen? More than 1, that means 2 or 3. So here in this case, for the 2, that is already, we solved that in number 1, that is 0.5. So 0.5 plus 0.1, that is 0.6. Probability that x is equal to 4, there's no 4 there, so 0. Probability that x is less than 4, all of them are less than 4. So we're sure that if you select a learner, he or she has less than 4 ball pens. So that's sure. So 1 whole or 100%. So that's it for probability distributions of discrete random variables. If you're given with a frequency distribution, just identify the total because that will be the denominator of your probability. In this case, for the probability distribution table, then you just need to look at the numbers and identify. If you have questions, you can comment down below your questions and your suggestions. Don't forget to click the like button and share this video with your classmates. Till the next video, bye! Thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Bye!